Hello, this is Grace talking, also known as Grey Fable. You are currently listening to Arkenmore, D&D Noir. In this podcast, I run my friends through my Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition Noir themed setting called Arkenmore. Atop the bones of the monster continent of Arkenmore, once the exclusive realm of heroes and adventurers, a new society has been erected. Fueled by changing technology and powerful economics, the city of New Amphros stands as the crown jewel of the human empire. However, rampant corruption among government agents and organized crime syndicates have tarnished what might have otherwise been a golden era. We are currently in the Morgato arc. Content warnings for this episode include horror elements, bigotry towards fantasy species, and an implied sexual scenario between an officer and their ward. Welcome everybody. We are on already the 7th session of Arkenmore campaign in the Morgato prison arc. And so last session, after having discussed their escape plans, Callum, the party druid, made the party's next critical move when in the dead of night he shifted into spider form and successfully stole several valuable weapons from the prison armory. Meanwhile, Koloth, the fighter, was determined to gather allies among the inmates, even if all he had to choose from were his enemies. Applying his trained diplomacy skills as a hobgoblin noble, he successfully recruited the most unlikely ally of all, Randall Hunt, the leader of the prison's human supremacist gang. Koloth managed to convince him that he knew of the escape from the facility, and Hunt agreed to instigate a prison riot when the signal is given, so that an opportunity to take advantage of this escape route might arise. The party retired to another restless night, their escape plans stirring in their heads, and during his sleep, Edward was once again visited by the 3 tall, shadowy figures who had been plaguing his dreams. They warned him of the imminent danger and awakened a memory within his skull that had been lying dormant. A ritual his father once performed in which a strange symbol was drawn in the sand. Edward successfully emulated this, drawing the symbol in the dust of his cell, and from the dust and shadows arose the very tome that had gifted Edward with his magical abilities and had landed him in prison to begin with. As Edward grappled with this, he heard a familiar voice echo in his mind. It was the elusive prisoner 277466, speaking to him telepathically with a voice that he recognized just so happened to belong to his very own father. And that is where we will continue with that new revelation, and where perhaps new ambitions might have arrived. Edward, as you are contemplating on that revelation, anything else for the night?
Few questions. How many guards from where he's seen, like, it itself, frequent the tower?
Usually, there is only one guard in the room until there's shift changes or when they come to escort you out. You know that there's another room on your floor, at least one other room. Will there be another guard or two? There's several floors in the tower going up or down. You're somewhere in the middle, and there's going to be guards on each floor. And there's a spiral staircase, the original one from when it was built, that you have to traverse to go from floor to floor.
And do I have any inkling where the special prisoner is held?
Oh, you know for a fact, because they are gossiped over constantly. You know that this person resides at the top.
Okay, that makes sense. And what floor are we currently held in the tower if he's at the top?
Actually, let me pull up my facilities doc. Alright, so the anti-arcane ward was North Tower. It holds about 50 inmates. You're in the middle. Do some quick math. So they're on the 13th floor, and you're on the 8th floor.
15th floor, 8th floor. All right, thank you.
Yep.
All right. I presume that after that that mental exchange, there are no more voices, no more messages.
It goes dead quiet after that last, well, suggestion that you received. This time, no pain, no attacks, just that very, well,
All right. And in my
consistent.
cell.
Yeah.
Yeah, and while I'm in my cell, alone, I'm going to open my hand and I'm going to attempt to do a cantrip, some simple magic, just to see, just to test. I'm going to attempt to use the light cantrip.
Okay. So this cantrip, as you cast it, it will not work. You'll feel that weird sensation where you cast the spell and it feels like the energy is getting sucked out from you, and it fizzles.
Interesting. Okay. And then, to test a very specific thing, because I know how my particular abilities do favor certain schools of magic. I will. Is there a mirror?
No, you're not likely to have one in your cell.
No. Damn. How to test this? God, this guy's doing so easy. I can't cast a gesture myself. Damn, I have no real. I need another person here. Man, if only Callum was here.
You have
shit.
your friend in the other side.
Thank you. Yes, I do have my other friend on the other side. I'll reach out with my mind once more, and I imagine he's asleep, but I need to rouse him from his slumber. Sorry to wake you again.
You had been conversing with Lester pretty shortly before. He'd drifted off to a shallow slumber, and as he brought his mind, he goes, yes, Edward.
I was hoping I could borrow your eyes for a moment. I imagine that you can see me across the bars, cells, and Edward is like clutching the bars. He's like looking towards Lester's cell.
Yeah, it's a bit dark, but I'll give it a shot. It's not total darkness, like you have barred windows.
Yeah.
So there's some ambient light.
I just want to, as I described before, I'm able to communicate with you despite the no gas, and I'm wondering what else I can do under the effects of this limiter.
And he answers in his mind. Yes, you're looking for that second chance, that way out, huh? Well, I'm curious.
The way out for all of us, hopefully. Do you remember a dietitian, the one who mans the kitchen, that lovely woman?
Who? I mean, I'm an old man. Don't get me wrong. I still have eyes. Who are you talking about there, Edward?
Irma, the one who serves us our meals.
Irma. Oh. Her?
Yes. If you close your eyes, are you able to picture her visage, her form, her face?
She scolded me a few times before. Let me think. He kind of closes his eyes. Yeah, I see that. Scowl. A little bit of hair in
Yes.
the middle, right here. Yes. Irma.
Yes. I'm going to try something. I want you to let me know if it strikes a chord, if it reminds you of Irma.
Oh, okay, okay.
And then,
Oh, this is
then
like a
I'm going
magic.
to. Yes, it is like a magic trick, yes. And I'm still learning, still getting the feel for things. So forgive me if it's a little awkward. Edward is going to attempt to cast Disguise Self on himself to look and appear as if he were Irma. One, it's my innate casting, so it doesn't cost the spell slot. And
Okay.
two, since it's an illusion spell, it has no components.
No components. Was that a invocation then?
This is a, yes, invocation, Mask of Many Faces. And psychic spells, I'll go ahead and post this in the chat. When I cast a warlock spell that is an enchantment or illusion, you can do so without verbal or somatic components.
All right. So, given the nature of the magic you're using, I will say that that one will slip by the null gas.
Oh, okay. Then across the bars, Lester would see Edward's visage change, at least how he mentally perceives Edward. His young what would be the equivalent of Hollywood in Arkenmore?
The films are made in Kohaka, down in the,
Okay.
the south of the continent.
Gotcha, makes sense. Of his good looks suddenly warp into what could be pleasantly described as Irma's features as they take the place of his own.
Okay, so he's still closing his eyes, thinking about this lunch lady. Well, should I, he's still like, waiting. What should I do?
Go ahead. And for a moment, I'm not sure, does Disguise Self kind of change the voice too?
Not necessarily
does not.
in the description.
No, that's true. It does not. It's Edward's. Yeah, with that falsetto out, sounds like Edward's voice all the same. Right now, he's not sure if it's worked, so he's not gonna whip out that falsetto. But he is like, well, you tell me. What do you see across these bars in the moonlight?
He opens his eyes, kind of looks over. His face screws up. He presses up against the bars. What? Oh, is that you, Edward? You know,
It is. Do you see something different? I pictured her in my mind. I've seen her a few times, and usually good at faces, less so with names.
it's pretty dark in here. I thought I was just seeing things for a second. Looks like your face is, different.
Looks different. Oh, that's a good sign. It's a very good sign. That means that works. Over time, I'll need to discover what else works, don't I feel? All right. Listen, that is good. That's good. That gives me something to work off of to determine what I can do while
Wait,
in
you
this
can
tower.
make yourself just look like anyone you need to?
within reason. It's hard to describe. I, yes, I believe I can make myself appear as other people for a time.
Oh. Oh, that's a pretty good. Is that an illusion spell? Is that what you did?
I, I think so. I'm not sure. I, when I'm using it, I feel there is this. I feel kind of a connection with you that I'm. It's hard to put into words, but you perceive me as I want you to perceive me, and I want you to perceive me as I look like the cafeteria worker, Irma.
Oh, so if I were to touch your face, would it still be you that it feels like?
No, you would feel my jaw, you feel my chin, and I imagine, the jig would be up at that point.
Oh, it still looks like magic to me. That's amazing. I used to try to cast spells when I was in here. When I got in years ago, I did try, but nothing ever worked for me. I don't know how you're doing it.
Well, as I told you, the way I've learned magic, the way I've acquired it is different, and there is that connection. And I suspect I know who special guest is here at the top of the tower.
How? You do, but how?
He spoke to me. As we've already discovered, my abilities, some of my abilities are immune to the null gas, immune to the defenses here. So he would be able to do the same and more, I imagine.
Oh, well, he never spoke to me or anyone else that I know about.
I'm not sure how many here in the tower have been touched or practiced his brand of magic. I think, Esther, the one at the top of the tower is my father, Flick.
Charles Flick.
Yes, one and the same. His voice was very familiar. That he reached out to me. It was. He reached out to me with the same magic that I am growing accustomed to, and he is far stronger than I am in that regard. It has to be him.
I remember when it was in the papers just a few years ago. Well, perhaps a few years ago for me. Must have been forever for someone your age. Oh, they raided his home in Kawaka, and they said he got away. If he was here, then he got arrested, and they lied about it.
Hid his identity. Oh, he's been gone for so long. I don't know. I generally don't know, but this prison, it's giving him special attention.
Well, that's quite a coincidence, you and your old man in the same spot, isn't it?
Considering what brought me here, I feel it's less a coincidence and more something engineered, made to happen. It was visions of him that brought me to that park. It's visions of him that caused me to do what I did.
Well, I... Edward, I don't know what's going on with you, young man. It sounds like you've got a lot to, well, chew over. But try not to make any rash decisions there. I mean, if you could change your face, then maybe you could trick them into letting you out, but I don't know what they'll do to you if the guard sees what you're doing. I don't know what's going to happen to you if they realize what you can do.
Yes. But, Lester, time is running out. Something terrible is going to happen, and soon.
Oh, don't worry. We all feel that way from time to time. So this place is a little bit, something about this place. It feels a bit heavy on the heart.
It's more than that, but it's nothing you need to worry about.
Oh, I'm not worried there, Sonny. It's only you I'm concerned for.
Don't worry about me. I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna get out of this, and you are too. I promise that.
all right there. Sure. You're well. I hope you do get out. You shouldn't be in here. This isn't the right spot for a talented young man like yourself with a good heart.
It's not the right spot for you either, Lester.
Well, maybe. It's been, kind of gave up all my second chances, but it's not easy in these old bones in this cold tower.
Well, I've gambled a fair few years. Sometimes you get more than a second chance. Sometimes you get a third. Sometimes you get a fourth. It's not too late.
Kind of glances up the roof of the tower, looks back at you. Maybe I'm still dreaming. He lies and he quickly puts his body back into his bed. Then his roommate kind of makes this kind of droning noise. It's kind of in the corner.
And with that, I think Edward is gonna cut the connection and sit with his thoughts for a moment before he goes to blissful long rest.
Yes, this time your dreams are not interrupted. It is weirdly peaceful this time, in fact. Very just dark and quiet. You feel a sense of warmth as you get that much needed sleep. And so another day dawns, and over the ancient fortress, the facility of Morgato, creeping over the waters, then the rocky shore, and then the stone walls. The shortest day of the year, soon to be followed by the longest night of the year. And as promised, breakfast does not come. The morning bell rings. Y'all are given a head count in every cell block left in your cells. For a short while, then the guards come, rattling their batons on the bars. Alright, get up and at 'em. We're going to the recreations yard today. As they come to escort everybody to their daily recreational activity, which they had been denied recently. Alright, get up and at 'em. Up and at 'em. Once you all out, exercise and get going.
One minor stabbing and they ruin our whole routine.
It's not the first stabbing. It's more of a lockdown initiated by an escaped convict that caused that.
They caught him. What's
Yeah,
the
they caught
big deal?
Yeah, they caught him. Nicole wasn't even bothered by the stabbing.
Look, they caught the stabber, so that's well within the.
They caught the stabber and they caught the halfling spider guy. So everything business as usual. Except for the famine that's going on right now.
Oh yeah, the famine. I forgot about the famine.
You wouldn't want to forget about the famine.
As y'all are gathered up, anything y'all want to do before you hit the recreations yard?
Before I ponder pulling off something devilish, I have to ask. All right, once the breakfast is wrapped up, are we guided back to the tower before lunch?
You do not get breakfast. Breakfast is canceled until further notice.
Yeah. So before, after our little stint in the yard of recreation, are we guided back to the tower before lunch?
You could ask if you're going to get lunch.
Okay. I will ask if we're going to get lunch.
Corrections Officer Samson comes to collect you.
I remember Samson. We had a thing. I wanted to start a rapport with him. That's why I grabbed the knife.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you guys are making out.
Which you still have. Comes to collect you. Alright, wake up, Sleeping Beauty. Kinda knocks on your cell a bit. The warden wants you all outside today. No, don't try to pull anything here.
It's hard to pull anything. I am at your mercy. I can't do anything.
I know. You're a good little boy. Come on, let's get going.
Yeah. I understand breakfast is off the menu. What about lunch or dinner? Is that going to be a thing?
Yeah. The schedule they gave us for today says you get lunch and dinner still.
Okay, that's good. Are we going to be guided to the tower before lunch? Are we going to kind of linger in the yard before then?
I think it's 2 hours of recreations today and then lunch.
All right, and then back to the tower.
Yeah, back to the tower.
All right. Well,
why are you
I
asking?
don't like this game. Just want to know what to look forward to, how much time I have to stretch, mingle. You know me, I like talking. I like inventing reasons to talk.
They're serving soup today.
No knives this time, huh?
Oh yeah, I forgot about the knife. Did you still have that?
I do, if you want it back.
Why do you
pretend it never happened? Again, it was just a started conversation. Yeah, see, look at that. It started a conversation again. It's a knife that keeps giving.
He looks at it, makes sure it's hasn't been used. It just looks like a normal, blunted,
It looks like he's not. Yeah, he is not. He's not futzed with it whatsoever.
I just love that he's like.
Sorry, Specs. You gave up the knife already, so I guess you're not getting it.
So you can't suspect me.
Looks around and tucks it into his belt. I don't know what I'm gonna even do with it. Obviously I can't turn it into the kitchen now. God,
you can't. You can give it back to me and look at that.
No, I can't give it back to you.
Why not? Why not?
This is contraband.
Is it? If you hand it back to me, it's only contraband if you've taken it, if I've taken it, if I in fact took it. But you
did take it. That's the point.
And you were aware of it before, so I mean, it's. Let me I don't want you to get in trouble. You could just give it back to me. We can pretend nothing happened, and I will toss it away. It doesn't need to become a problem for you.
Make a persuasion check. That is a stretch.
Yeah, I understand that. Oh God. You know what? I'm gonna use one of my luckies on this. Some would say, Trent, you didn't have to do this if you did not cop to the knife again with the same guard.
It was a bold strategy, but hey, do you have the knife? It's like, no, you took it from me. You did the bold move of, yeah, I've got a knife. Look how sick it is.
Clearly, I'm trying to max out this guard's approval.
I'm gonna stab a guard with it. And you're like spinning it with your fingers.
I'm sure Trent's building up to some master plan here. I clearly 3D cast so I can't see.
Your oversight will cost some lives. All right.
All right. 9 to 16, total 21. It's over 20. I mean, that'll do it. He kind of looks at you. And he just looks exhausted for a second. It's like, all right, just take it back. I just don't want to see it again. Don't want to hear about it again. Just get rid of it. Give it to another prisoner if you need to. Just get rid of it. Don't let it come back to me.
It'll never come back to you because it never existed. God, Samson, I don't want to get you in trouble. Don't want to get in trouble, but hey, you got us talking again.
Alright, well, I think we need to stop talking now. We should get going. Hey, Lux! Taylor! He goes to get the other prisoners. He's got the null gas machine on his back, kind of strapped in. He's like ready to gather you again. This is the same guy who was humiliated by Callum. He's clearly not feeling himself. They need to double up our shifts. Instead, they're cutting us back.
It makes no sense. It sucks. This is coming from the prisoner. I understand. It's not great. I'm sorry that things have only gotten worse.
No, I'm sorry. That thing that happened with your cellmate should never have happened.
Well, I mean, it's fine. It's been resolved. So I mean, it's all good.
Well, I mean, at least you don't have to share a room with that dangerous halfling anymore.
Yeah, turned into a spider.
He turned into a spider. Did you see that?
I did. That was frightening. I didn't know he could do that at all. You
exit the room. You join with the other guards. Now you're kind of all going to recreations yard. Anybody else up to anything this morning?
I don't understand why everybody's got so much beef with spiders, man. We're vibing, It's handcuffs are uncomfortable. I don't know what you expected.
Did Simon come back to our cell this morning?
Is that what you asked him to do? Is come in the morning? Yeah, I think that's correct. So yeah, he did. He came back to your cell and he's like coming up, like sniffling at you. He's like, he looks at you expectant and eager. He's your permanent little companion. Non-magical.
This little dude.
Yeah,
Did he find the spider?
He found the food the spider left out for him.
Maya will try and get him into her sleeve.
He'll be your commands now, so he'll go up to your sleeve. It's you feel those little rat claws hanging onto you.
If we get into a fight, he's clearly going to crawl down my pant leg or something.
But yes, you have joined with your new beast companion. He will take simple commands from you. He is a normal rat, however, so you know.
Now I gotta pretend like I'm a Beastmaster Ranger.
I mean, I'll add a rat to the sheets here and give you ownership. Alright, so rats have 1 hit point apparently.
I imagine it'd be small.
It's a tiny thing.
So don't get hit by AoEs. Got it. I think that's all we needed to do in the cell.
Okay. In which case, you all follow down through the hallways in your lines, stringently handled by the prison guards.
Oh,
And
I
out.
need to do more diplomacy.
You're gonna do more diplomacy.
If we're in the lines, now is my best chance to reach out to Lörder Un.
Well, you can do that in the yard too.
Oh, good point. Never mind. I'm sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, no worries. This might be a bit easier. You go into the cold light of day. You feel the wet, briny sea breeze embracing your face. You look over that tilled, stony yard, the recreations yard. Last time you were here, well, it started a chain of events that has changed the prison life for many of you. And jutting out in the middle of it is that tall, oblique stone striped with obsidian. And out beyond it, the gray sea waves rolling in. Constant. It is getting cold, rapidly approaching a new, fresh winter. The sun already past its zenith, even now. You all have your relative freedoms to do as you will for the time being. Oh, one more thing. Anybody with a passive perception of 13 or higher, you notice something is a little bit off.
What?
With the corrections officers. They are all acting a little differently. They are surveying, they are more alert, they are looking around, they look unnerved. And you notice that more of them are armed than usual. And you look up to the watchtowers, you can see them looking down on you with their rifles ready.
It's like they're expecting something to break bad here.
I mean, it's not like they got robbed or anything.
That is the issue. It's like, yeah, the last time we were out here, someone tried to steal a police arm.
Well, no, not that, Birdie. They got robbed last night.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, some of the equipment that Callum still needs to distribute among you.
Yeah, we're curious as to how that's gonna work.
Yeah.
How was the armory last night? Oh, I think the spider stole a bunch of guns.
So what? So what?
Yeah, the spider. He took a bunch of guns. I mean, there's no other it was locked the whole night. I think the spider got him.
Hang on, I was eminently reasonable, and I only stole 1 gun.
They're just like the guy up front just burning through his like 4th cigar of the day. Like, yeah. Gotta have been the spider.
That could have been an accounting error. You don't know.
Well, you also did steal 3 stun batons and their Elite.
I think it was no. I stole 2 stun batons. I didn't steal 3. 3 would have been ridiculous.
3 would have just really tipped them off.
And armor.
One vest? What? Can the treasury not bear such an expense?
As the list grows, the suspicions become more warranted.
Time is flat, sir.
I'm gonna cut you off at the pass about the flash grenade. Don't worry about that.
Oh God, he did steal flash.
He took one. He does not know what it is.
I don't really know what it is, but I can intuit that it's a weapon of some kind.
Take the spider gun in there, Captain.
No.
Got him in the spider. I kept a good watch.
Well, and so you are turned out into the recreation yard.
All right, so question for you with regards to the plan. We're planning for lunch, right?
If you want to do it at lunch...
Well, I think that was the original.
We can do that. However...
Well, you need to get back up to the tower.
Oh, I am gonna and I'm gonna let you know this ahead of time. I'm doing some tower shit.
You guys can just tell Koloth to delay. They have to take a signal, and the signal is a rude gesture from Koloth to Randall. There's a very clear, way to trigger the sequence of events, right? We could just not.
Well, here's the question. Go ahead.
You go ahead.
Grace. Mm-hmm. Is Creed with her guys, or no?
Yeah, I would say it's been about 2 long rests now. So, as you are wondering that, you see Gülum Creed being escorted back out in the yard. She is heavily bandaged. She has her shoulders back. She's sitting tall. She's looking around defiantly.
All right.
So I take it that Edward's going to be mind relaying.
Oh, yeah. The thing is, we got permission ahead of time to just mind dump people, so we're gonna be doing that.
Mm-hmm. Well,
we're gonna let everyone know.
How much do you share of this? Well, these events with your party?
Every little bit.
Everything.
Oh.
That's a lot. That's a lot of information.
Koloth will happily tell you that he can delay the plan.
Fantastic. Well, I mean, the Cliff Notes version of it, of course, is that, I have a suspicion of who the special prisoner is. ... It's my father. And the reason he's probably sequestered is because the null gas does not affect his abilities. And it doesn't affect all of my abilities, too. I've been testing it. And when I get back to that tower, which I want to happen, I want to break out and get to my father, which is probably going to draw some attention, hopefully not, to the tower, where things will happen, and I will reconnect with everyone after that. It's going to be kind of touch and go. We're going to get it. There is no complete beginning, middle, and end plan to this. It's going to be very much off the cuff.
Oh, that's unacceptable.
If you have suggestions, I'm certainly open to them.
How much do you share with Koloth of your abilities?
In the no gas, some of my abilities are affected, some are not. I suspect the ones that are more deeply linked to my connection with the cult and the other things. Some of my abilities, and I have a suspicion of which ones are not affected by the null gas.
Do you share that you can change your face?
Yes, I will share that I can change my face.
That should be your primary plan. If you can imitate a guard well, incapacitate one, take the uniform or mimic the uniform for a short period of time, especially one with access to your ward, that should get you freedom of movement for at least a short time.
Yes, that sounds like a solid plan. How many guards usually guide the tower residents up?
It's usually a 1 to 4.
1 to 4.
If it works in the gas, you'll have an unimpeachable defense. You could remove a guard at any point in time during transit, or near your office and take their place.
Yes, that is the plan. Alexander will take them on. All right, I'll take that in consideration. That sounds like a sort of plan.
You have a knife too, but I don't know about that. Unless I know about the knife.
The knife. I was going to hand it off to Maya. I haven't done anything with it. I made it a talking point with one of the guards. So I've opened up a rapport with Samson. I think he trusts me.
You spoke to the guard with a knife, and so he trusts you?
I mean...
And you still have the knife?
Yes, I talked with the guard. He took it back. Then he gave it back to me. I think he trusts me.
Why the fuck?
I have a way with people. I'm not sure. I
mean,
have
a really stupid guard.
We've talked on occasion. We've built a rapport.
Indian office still smart.
I'm not going to argue his intelligence. I'm not going to. I'm not sure what he's capable of, but the facts are what they are. I've talked with him on multiple occasions. He caught me with a knife. He let me keep the knife. I reminded him of the knife, and he let me keep the knife. So I think there's some level of trust there. Misguided as it may be.
If we delay our riot until dinner time, the guard disguise should allow you to assist us in our leaving.
Potentially, yes. We can certainly explore that. Again, while I'm able to see you while I'm in this vicinity, I can talk to you like this, unimpeded by any external factors.
That should be the plan. You get your freedom after lunch by imitating a guard. You address whatever it is you feel like you need to.
All right.
And then you, in disguise, will assist us during the riot. When you contact me, I will start things.
And when we do reach there, all of us, I will signal you, and you can do whatever needs to be doing.
A rude gesture to encourage the gangs to fight.
Right. Yes. Unfortunately, my own rude gesture is clawing into your mind and making my presence known.
You're a polite man. Consider yourself invited.
All right, I'm good. That's good.
I hope that the well-ordered, disciplined mind of the children of Gozar serves as an example to you.
It's certainly, it's very straightforward. I've been in 4 mines at this point, and yours is certainly the easiest to reverse.
He is looking at you during the whole time, during these conversations, because you get less focused, and he smiles and nods like, I know. That's intentional. If you can keep track of mind space, you can see that he's doing his best to keep his thoughts very, regimentally organized as you're discussing them.
Yeah.
Do you get surface thoughts off of this?
I do not get surface thoughts. That is detect thoughts. I do not get surface thoughts. It's kind of a communicado. When I did this with Maya, Specs gave me some flavor of IC Ranger Rick marathons.
Oh, understood. So
it's not even a surface thought. It's just blaring. She's broadcasting it all the time.
Which is scary.
You get literally nothing but Koloff, but whatever mission relevant data you guys are discussing.
So he talks to Koloff, he talks to Maya, notes to Maya he has her knife, and lets her know of the plan that Koloff is beautifully constructed and his intentions, and shares this with everyone else in on our little group's soiree, lets them in on the plan and the machinations therein.
Are the guards still allowing people to interact with the tower prisoners?
There is, if you go up towards them, there is a kind of a more direct response of a hold it.
And in your mind, it's Edward would go, all right, so obviously we need to narrow the gap. This might be a bit of a stretch, but I mean, this is a mixed prison, male, female. Perhaps we need an excuse for you to get close to me.
And what did you have in mind?
Well, this doesn't sound right, no matter how I shake it. I'm attractive. People find me attractive. Perhaps you in this bit, this part. I mean, Ranger Rick, he's an actor, he plays his parts. You're attracted to me, want to get close to me, we've spoken. And hey, look at this, it's an opportunity to get close to me.
Fraternization's not allowed between prisoners.
Well, all right, well, clearly following the rules is not why we ended up here.
You think that a guard would allow me to get close to you because I tell them that I am attracted to you?
I think that's a very believable story.
I do not think that that is a very believable story.
Well, that's because you're not attracted to me.
Yes, but I don't think that the guard would believe me.
Samson, I don't think you have anything to worry about that.
Huh. Maya will try and get a little close to Samson.
Try to get a little close, yeah. You know, Edward's getting a feel for things. You know, it's like.
Samson goes, hold it there, Missy. This gotta keep a distance. This is for your safety.
It sounds that I'm not gonna hurt everyone. I mean, you didn't have to like hold your hand up to Irma when I was getting my food earlier.
Well, that's her job.
Well, yeah, and I mean, she I've seen her, and I've said some words with her cellmate. I mean, word carries, I imagine. They must gossip a lot, you know.
Look, this is orders, all right?
Samson, surely a handshake would be enough. It's nothing untoward. It's nothing invasive rather. And it's, you know, I can't do anything with you near me, and she can't do anything to me. She doesn't want to do anything to me. I am no more danger to her than she is to me.
Besides, we have the Nolgas to protect me.
A handshake? Why do you want to shake her hand?
I like to. Well, look, Samson. I invented a reason to talk to you. I like meeting people. I enjoy interacting with people, especially.
Have you been talking to her? When? I've been watching you.
I've been talking to a lot of people, Samson. Sometimes across the way, sometimes directly. I mean, I talked to her cellmate. Her cellmate had plenty to say about her, described her perfectly. I already painted a picture of her in my mind. Clearly, she's here for, her sake. I mean, Carmen's quite taken. You have to understand.
Look, we're supposed to keep a safe distance between casters and the rest of these inmates. I don't know what's going on between you. He looks at Maya.
Look. Nothing's going on. It's just clearly she wants to pass a message, pass it on. It's all.
Anything she has to say to you, she can say to me.
Okay, but
allow me a moment to, like, at least... Alright, Sebson, I have something, and I'm not proud to admit it. Well, I'm a prisoner. Maybe it's not as a matter of pride, more of, like, circumstance. I haven't been able to hug anyone, touch anyone, shake anyone's hands in a very long time, so, some physical contact. Nothing untoward. It's completely platonic. And if not, then you know, Samson, you're the god. I'll respect that.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Oh man, it is a long day. I don't think I can afford to spend any extra stuff on this. We're gonna let it ride, and if that fails, well, I'm going to throw a fit. And if something gets thrown, something gets thrown.
Oh my god!
No way.
That's great!
No way!
What was that?
19 and 18.
18.
Most down bad guard.
Okay.
Down bad fucking idiot god!
It's not his fault, okay?
Yeah, it's not his fault. I would fall prey to these charms too.
Rolling over 20.
At this point, I gotta question this guy's credentials. Like, this is not.
Alright, if you've ever worked with detention center folks, you know that this is pretty much par for the course.
Yep, it's true.
He looks at you, Edward. He looks at her. And then he looks almost, he looks forlorn. I understand. Maybe I'm the one who's been overstepping my boundaries. Give her, again, I'll look over there for just 2 seconds. Did we have
If
to
you
do?
prefer, I
Look
can
at that.
shake your hand too.
No, don't. Do not. Neither of you should touch me. Okay? It's just because I like you, Edward. I'm giving you this just one moment. Just gonna look over there for 2 seconds. Make it quick. Other people might be watching. Okay?
Of course, Samson, you are a darling. All right, and Edward is gonna bring Maya into a quick embrace, slip the knife into her pocket. Enjoy it while it lasts, and then lets her go to go about her business.
You hear him talking
You're
to
the
breeze.
worst.
It's like, you hear him talking to Breeze. It's like, her?
She's gonna pass by Samson as she walks away and say, you can keep him.
No.
Hell yeah.
He glares at you, move along, Halfy.
I am. I promise I'll be out of your hair from now on.
I've heard about you.
I bet.
All right, Maya, don't linger to fucking get into a verbal spat with Samson.
Do you see that new Ranger Rick movie?
Maya!
It's over.
He reaches for his baton.
You could have just said no. She's like putting up
Maya,
her
please
hands,
stop
backing
messing
away.
with the guard.
Anything else y'all would like to be doing during this time?
Yes, I would like to approach Creed to get away from whatever bullshit Maya's about to start.
We want to bait Lörder Un as well. See, having all of the armed, violent folks on our side at the same time is in fact mandatory for a successful escape.
Carmen is going to approach Creed.
Oh.
Would you like to come with, Kola?
No, it's alright, we're separate, so you just approach her first, she's like, oh, alright. Spiritually, he's giving you a thumbs up off in the distance. The shadow of Koloth is at your back.
Carmen, I
Creed.
see you're looking no worse for the wear.
And I see you're actually out of the infirmary. How are you faring?
Got strong blood. Can't keep me down for too long.
Good. You're gonna need it. Something's going down tonight.
Oh, already, huh? Well, guess I'll
You know
get
it.
my curls ready.
Yeah, there's going to be a fight. And
Alright.
depending on its
Right to the
size,
rules.
some folks might go missing.
What was that?
Depending on its size, some folks might go missing.
Ha, well, the last one saw a couple of his blood hunters. Well, let's just say we ain't gonna hear from them again anytime soon. That's good. Ready to join the winning side, Carmen?
No. But I'd rather side with you than with Hunt.
I thought as much.
By the by, question for you if you don't mind me asking. In the down below.
Ears.
In the down below, did you hear anything weird go down?
See her bandages strain. Threw me into the wet cell after that last scuff. And, don't remember much of that night. Well, it's my orc blood that saved me. Sure, so a milk-blooded human might have died from those wounds. The salt brine.
Well, you got one of them.
Yeah, we got
Wasn't
one.
enough, though.
Well, wasn't, I'll admit, I heard my ancestors calling for me. I was tempted to go to them that night. Almost. But no, my time wasn't quite right. Heard some other voices too, but don't know how much of it, well, was real.
Yeah. Know the feeling. But, like I said, be ready. No, Hunt's trying to do something.
It's a good day to die
What?
with honor.
And it might not just be Hunt.
Who else? Besides his goons, obviously.
Well, longest night. And multiple people have been talking about ghosts in the pit.
Yeah, it just scare the timid types. Be in the dark for so long.
I don't think it was. But
You saying that?
we're getting out.
Huh? You're ready to go down already, huh? Good.
No.
Then what are you
Not ready to
saying,
go down.
Carmen?
We're getting out. And we're going to need help to do so.
She glances around the yard now. Some of her, the other Lörder Un are watching. Looks back to you. Going out where? You gonna go swim?
We don't need to swim. There's a boat.
Yes. Don't think I haven't thought about it, but we don't have
Not the guard
firepower.
boat. Another boat. Deeper past the pit.
It's all water down there.
And a boat.
You've never even been to the pit. What are you talking about?
See maps, been to the library. Come Come on now, this place was built in the Dwarven ruin.
You saying that you went to the library and saw a map that says that there is a boat in the pit that you can
Pass
just
the pit.
take willy-nilly. Alright. What are you trying to pull, Carmen? I thought you were a
Something.
good girl.
Something is going to go down. We need people, and we need people to man a boat. And I'd rather have your people at my back than fucking Hunt's. That's what's going down.
She takes a step closer to you, Carmen. She gets right up into your face. You see her dead set, deep green, yellow eyes, and her very firm mouth, tusks poking through as she's peering in, examining your expression, testing you.
She doesn't step back. She just looks.
Okay. Make a
I don't lie.
persuasion check with your wisdom.
All right. You know what? Fuck it. We're going to do the human thingy maneuver.
Yes, inspiration to make it an advantage.
That one, yes. Inspiration.
Okay, total is 17. Okay. She
Damn, that was
is,
the inspiration well spent.
yeah, peering into you, lets out a grunt of air through her nose and steps back. I think that you believe yourself, which is crazy. I didn't take you for that type.
Well, what can I say? This place changes someone. And like I said, you don't have to join. Just keep an eye out.
Saying that the blood hunters are going to be out on the hunt later.
Oh, they are.
One time. Do you know even? Is it today? Is it tonight?
Dinner.
At dinner. Well, thanks for the heads up. I'll be keeping an eye on you.
Same to you, though. When you aren't being a bitch.
Grins showing off her tusks. Always.
Alright. Where the fuck did Maya go? And we're going to walk away to where Maya is probably still annoying the guard.
No, she backs off from the guard pretty
Oh,
quickly
thank God.
and goes to annoy Cola.
He is doing some practice with a fake shiv. So, you're seeing shiv katas, which involve a lot of stabbing motions.
I'd offer you a real one, but I think it might be more useful with me.
I think so as well. He stops, floats with the full center, and turns to look towards you. How can I help you, Carmen?
Where's
Not Carmen,
Carmen?
sorry, Maya. I apologize.
I was hoping for a bit of a distraction.
Edward requested that I hold off for a short period of time. I intended to use that time to recruit Lörder Un and their leader, Gülum Creed. Thankfully, Carmen has already proposed to bridge that gap. He points in their direction, and he says, I appreciate her thinking of the overture. It saved us some effort that I could focus on my own martial skill.
Yes, Creed has been after Carmen for quite some time. It would be much easier with the setup.
Personally, I think it would be difficult to convince Lörder Un to work with the Blood Hunters. But she seems like she's doing quite well.
I don't know that she's convincing them to work together.
Oh. That would make it much more difficult for us to save as many of these people as we were hoping.
A distraction's a distraction. What matters is that we get out.
Knowing what we know about the encroaching devourers, we owe it to our new community to do what we can to help as many of them as possible.
Half of this new community will kill us as soon as we're on the boat and vulnerable. I don't trust them as far as I could throw them.
Ah, Gozar speaks at length on building coalitions from those who would kill each other.
Who is Gozar?
Gozar is everything. The warlord who created and conquered the world, and built the systems for us to interact with. The model upon which our society is built.
Oh, so you're like Carmen.
If this example of her diplomatic prowess is representative of her normal actions, that may very well be.
Is Guilt nearby?
Always.
So, Guilt, is he regularly doing some kind of sermon or prayer night like Carmen is?
Well, I'll tell you, sweetheart, it ain't like any sermon that I've ever heard, but yes.
Grand.
Oh no, if you listen to it, it gets pretty interesting sometimes.
Does it?
Well, of course, he's not, well, it's not the first of his people that I've had relations with. If you listen to them, they have a lot of interesting things to say.
Like what?
Well, unlike most new Ambrosers, they have a strict sense of themselves and of honor and how they feel like they should comport themselves. They're some of the most trustworthy folk that you'll ever meet.
Thank you, Hugh. I do appreciate that.
Now, granted, it makes them a little bit stringent and flexible when it comes to certain matters.
Thank you, Hugh. That's enough.
Of course, we can always discuss it more in better times. We've got better things to be talking about, you see.
Did you have anything that you were wanting to talk about?
Oh, well, darling, I could talk to you all day, but it won't change the fact that I'm a little bit scared shitless about what we're gonna be doing pretty soon.
Do you have yourself a shiv or anything?
Oh, well, no, I'm better off without those sorts of instruments. If I had a gun, I could maybe, well, I've had to take my shot with those back in my days. I had some sort of firearm, maybe, but I'm not the kind who likes to get up and close and personal in a fight. I'd rather be, well, on having the upper hand. Keep my distance.
I don't think anyone enjoys being in close and personal, but there are times when it is needed. If you'd like to work through it with me, we can train together. You'll be familiar with the weapon, at least, if it falls in your hands.
Well, not much time for training now there, Mr. Koloff, but if we ever get out of here, I wouldn't turn down some personal lessons.
When we are out of here, I will have one of my people train you instead.
Well, I would sure love to meet them. They're anything like you yourself there.
Well, we at least have the rest of the rec time.
Nah, true. I am. On a better day, I would, challenge someone to a game of chess. And he points at the very sparse game boards put out in the yard. Something to make the time more exciting. But right now, I'd rather be thinking.
I myself was hoping to take some time memorizing this view. Once we leave here, I'll never see it again. I'd like to be able to intimate the feelings it brings to others.
See what I mean there? Miss Maya. Man's got an artistic soul.
He can have whatever soul he wants. I'm glad to be rid of this place. The sooner the better.
You're quite right. I am afraid that my sentiments unfortunately tend towards more yours. I've seen quite enough of this place. It's engraved in my mind quite well.
Every sight you see makes its mark upon yourself. Acknowledging that and growing from it is essential. At least, that's what Gozar says. Carmen seems like she's handling that quite well. Hugh, do you mind updating me when she lets you know?
Of course. I'm sure she'll let you know as well.
Now, if you'll both excuse me, I need to go see some waves. And Koloth will finish the set he's doing, nod to both of them, and casually walk closer to where the water is so that he can kind of immortalize that view in his mind. He expects this to be the last time he sees it.
And you look out over the gray waves, sea mist in the distance. You see the outlines of seagulls gliding. It's gray and desolate and cold.
That's a good idea. Painting an entire landscape in grayscale sounds kind of neat. So he's kind of musing over how he's going to make that nice as he waits for the time in the yard to end.
Okay, you all will soon be escorted to lunch. Oh, by the way, Koloth, you had told Randall that you'd be signaling him at lunch.
Oh, we let him know casually that we're delaying dinner. Just when we pass by. We're trying not to bring attention. But it's like something came up. Dinner.
Okay, I'm going to make a roll real quick in that case.
He can stab you whenever he feels like it, right? This is so in Koloth's mind, he's talking to another warlord, so he's like, a slight delay like this is well within plans. Yeah, he goes to stab Koloth while he's staring off.
If we get an early start, we get an early start. That's fine. We can pivot.
Hey, give me the runaround? Is that what this is?
There are elements outside of my immediate control. We have people in different wards that we need in place if we want your people to succeed.
Alright, here's the deal. You give me the signal at dinner, or I'm stabbing you first.
What was meant to be like a quick drive-by, like Koloth stops, plants his feet, pivots, and looms to his full size over Randall. And he looks to him and says, I will not let you get yourself killed. This takes trust from both of us. I clearly have your best interests at heart.
He's glaring at you, his goons are alongside him.
We both know you don't have to trust me, but you know as well as I that if you do that again, it won't end well for either of us.
We'll see.
It is only by our cooperation that we can all escape this place.
He steps back, jerks his head to his goons, and they walk off. As he goes back, he touches something hard and sticking out from his hip. Under the...
Oh man, he's got a big iron.
Yeah. Well, probably not that, but something. Hello, Dad. So, we've wrapped up just the mornings, the recreations yard. You guys gonna have a lunch, an afternoon, dinner, period, perhaps. But in the meantime, since Callum was largely not present during the first half of the session, I'd like to check in and see what he's going to be doing today during all this time.
Okay, so during the morning, he probably sleeps in like a quote-unquote late a little bit, because he did have a late night stealing the weapons and kind of getting everything ready. A very important question for you, Grace, that is, are there any other spiders in the storeroom closet?
Yes. There is not the same species as you, but yes. There's some smaller spiders that have been hiding out. They seem tense and scared, what you can gather from your animal-like kinship while you're in beast form. So I get a sense of these things are afraid of something.
That's not good.
Okay, I cast Speak with Animals. And what this means is that for the next 10 minutes, I can comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts. I can use any of the influence actions, skill options with them. Once he does this, what he's going to do is he's going to just kind of settle himself in the center of the room and stay very still. He's like sitting cross-legged, but he's got some of the good berries, the ones that remain on the floor in front of him, and he's got his hands on either knee, and he'll whisper softly, but in such a way that it would carry, hopefully, to the spiders in the room. White-legged friends, I have a proposal for you if you would hear me out. We could both stand to benefit from it.
And you will hear and respond. These lots of quivering little voices saying, he speaks, he speaks, he speaks, he speaks. Large one speaks to us. How? What does it want? What does it want?
I've walked in your legs long enough to know that I am a friend to you, your kind. I do not dust away webs. I do not crush the eight-legged or the many-eyed. Your kind helps prevent the spread of disease against my own.
Yes, we have seen. At one moment, large one. At another moment, a hunter like us. How? What do you want?
I have a simple proposal. These berries before me. They're magical. They draw the attention of man and beast alike. If I were to crush them over your webs, the juice would attract many insects, food for many days. But I would need a favor from all of you.
Here's this little whisperings among them. Attract. We need more food. It's so scarce. What could one such as you want from one such as us?
Tonight, as the moon reaches into the sky, appear around the prison. Be seen by the big ones and then disappear immediately. Draw their attention, but do not touch them. Do not engage with them. Leave. Make them panicked. But do not appear near the tower that reaches into the sky, nor the entrance to the underground.
This is our territory. Here, away from their sight, away from the large ones who will crush us. We cannot go out.
Then I cannot help you find more food, much as I would like to.
There are some whisperings among them. Then you hear a voice of a larger female. I not afraid. The large ones run from me in fear. I can go out. Give me your juice.
I would gladly share it with a spider of such cunning. And he will very slowly, very deliberately, with no kind of jerky movements, take up one of the berries and follow her voice to her web. And very carefully, like, so that it's not, like, gonna sog down any of the web. Like, it's gonna be, like, kind of an even, like, distribution, like, of just, like, the juice from this good berry that'll lure these insects into the spider's web and, like, kind of apply it to it. And then step back and resume his seated posture behind the remaining good berries.
Good. If you would have stepped in my web, I would have eaten you. Now. Well. Now, I'll eat more than any of them. This is a much larger spider. She spider. Very large. Got yellow stripes on her abdomen. Very pointed and aggressive looking.
Give my thanks. If only I could have convinced more of your kind to aid me. May you eat well, long and full, and bear many children.
Yes. I have many coming. They will spread far and wide in this land.
Deep in the bowels of this island, there is a ship, a vessel that can cross water and go onto greater lands. Some of them might do well to make their way onto it.
Food here is not so scarce. We will fare just fine.
So be it. He'll dip his head in gratitude, and then he'll open his arms up. The offer stands for any of you that might change your minds.
There's a lot of whispering. No. Cannot go out. And Callum, you get a sense, maybe if you had some time to build a rapport, you could have gotten some spiders to go with you, but it's a kind of a hard sell for creatures that hide in the dark.
Yeah, no, that's super fair. That being said, we'll take what dubs we can get. Get at least one spider that'll be running a bit of interference for us, which is perfect.
I just love how he's like, one spider on lock.
Well, I mean, the guards they've been told that Callum's been arrested. Like, the public announcement has been that Callum's been arrested, but the guards, at least some of them, probably know the truth.
Anything else you want to work on, Callum?
I don't really think so. I haven't really been told what this plan is that's going down, but I also don't really have a great way to
inject yourself into it? Yeah, that's the problem.
But that being said, it has been disclosed to him that tonight is like the longest night.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that we're planning to do something tonight.
So I think that what I will plan to do for this evening, and I'll just give you this ahead of time, unless anything else happens in the interim, is Callum will plan to, like, around dinner-ish time, spider shape, and then kind of maybe just go take a look around the prison. I think that's reasonable. I don't think that's metagaming. And we'll just kind of play it by ear from there.
Yeah, not metagaming at all.
Also, this is a little bit random. I think that's maybe literally the only time I've ever actually seen anybody cast Speak with Animals as a druid.
Yes.
In like any of the games I've ever played.
Yeah.
I cast Speak with Animals all the time. When I played that ranger in the one shot, I got a cast out.
We're going to catch up on some sleep if Maya wants to do shiv work, because we stayed up all last night with the last shiv.
Yeah, we gotta do ship work.
And of course, yeah, anything you want to work on in your cell is also, free. Alright, so you guys go through your lunch, you get soup and you get more rolls. It's a beef stew with some little chunks of fatty beef and carrots in it.
Mm-hmm. Hey Grace, question for you. Is the warden there?
The warden has not been coming. He doesn't usually come to your meals unless he wants to
Okay, I thought he
address
did,
you.
given the last two.
He has he has shown up a lot to give you guys announcements lately.
Mm-hmm.
He's not been doing so since his last announcement of having recaptured the escaped prisoner.
Makes sense. Looking at the other guards, are they still just as on edge as they were before?
Well, what's your so with your passive perception, what was that?
14. Both my insight and my passive perception are 14.
Okay. So they do still seem to be on edge, but go ahead and make another insight roll just to, if you want to kind of glean more.
Sure. That'll be a 21.
17 with total 21. You guys are rolling like fire today. I hope that you can.
Hey! I had to use my special human powers to not roll in that one. So.
All right. True. The prison guards, they're on edge. They also look. A few of them also look kind of tired and irritated.
Got it.
They look like people who are very much fed up with their jobs at this point.
Interesting. Do any of them look ill? Do any of them, I know they look tired, but do any of them look like they might be sullen, like they might have like potential illness or anything? Any coughing or anything like that?
Let's see, roll a 21. None of them look. No one looks particularly ill by your standards of that you described. There's one prisoner who looks very disturbed. Like maybe it's more of a mental thing.
Do we know this prisoner?
Prison guard.
Oh. Are they new? Does she know them from general sight?
You think that you've seen this guy a few times before?
We would nudge Maya. Maya. That one, over there. Is he one of the ones in the pit?
Do I recognize them from the pit?
Make a general investigation roll.
All right, guys. What you don't know is I'm actually really bad at investigating.
Nah, look at that! Never didn't have it. Only got to roll high.
You look at the facial features and you rearrange them in your mind because he looks very different from how you last remember him. Last you remember him, he was beating your face in with his buddies. Now he looks small and scared. The facial features are different because of this look in his eyes.
You know that one?
Yeah. Maybe.
What are you thinking?
I mean, he definitely looks a lot worse than when he was beating me.
That one was beating you?
Yeah, he had one of those batons.
There's a tenseness to Carmen at that.
He was pretty upset about the Ranger Rick thing.
Told you to stop doing that to the guards. They get pissy about that sort of thing.
I mean, I wouldn't
That's
have
it.
any fun if I did.
Fair enough. She'll look. It's been 2 days since the pit, correct? Since they were
Yes.
let out?
Yes.
Interesting, though. We'll want to keep an eye on him. See if he shows up for dinner.
Okay.
Lunch rolls by. Edward gets escorted back up to the tower. Samson gives him some more forlorn looks.
Oh, poor buddy. Rip. Rip that
One
guard.
guy's-
But not before you got your soup from Irma, who gave you a nice, happy week. Jubilant, even.
Yeah, yep,
You
sure.
got
Oh,
an extra
Lord
roll.
above.
So I can't help it.
So, yeah, Edward, you got yourself an extra roll.
Oh, extra roll.
Extra
Look at
roll.
Irma.
In a famine.
Oh.
You'll need those calories to survive the winter, sweetie.
The afternoon passes rather uneventfully, slowly churning. Most of you are all just idling it by in your cells, waiting. There's an anticipation in the air that you can kind of taste.
Sure.
The guards are jumpy. They are keeping an eye on all the prisoners. A few of them touch their belts and they have firearms.
Oh, boy.
Ah, it's gonna be bad.
Then, round the usual time, you are all escorted to your supper for the evening.
Hey, Specs. Could I have one of those shivs until we get actual weapons?
Well, you
No,
know,
it's-
no, it's fine. Well, while they're doing that, like when they collect us for dinner, how many guards are present?
It's usual, 1 guard to 4.
1 guard to 4. Fantastic. And as that guard approaches, I'm going to clutch the bars, and I'm going to attempt to enter their mind, and I'm going to cast suggestion. It has no components, as this is an enchantment spell.
Edward, you would do Samson like this?
Yes, in a heartbeat.
Okay.
Wow. Cold as ice.
Cold as ice.
Alright, well, let me pull up a sheet for a corrections officer and I'll roll with that one.
All right.
Don't think they're gonna have anything for charisma.
Hey, he could still roll high.
That's the
it's
core
wisdom.
part.
Oh, well, they
It
might
is
have a little bit of wisdom at least.
They might have a little bit of wisdom, and you know what? I have another slot. It's all good.
Oh, Jesus.
Are you fucking kidding? Are you fucking kidding me? Actually, I'll cast it again. Like if it feels like he's about to break, just like
So,
oh.
hang on. Alright, so,
All right.
so suggestion is a spell that you have to talk to someone while you're doing it.
Yes.
So go ahead and tell
Oh.
me what you're saying.
Samson, you should unlock this cell. Give me the keys. Walk into this cell. Remove your clothes, if you don't mind. your weapons as well. Put them in a neat pile, and just wait there, staring at the wall for a bit, if you don't mind. I'd certainly appreciate it.
That's a lot of heavy lifting for a suggestion.
Sound achievable and not involve anything that would obviously deal damage. Okay.
It's no danger to him.
Yes, and you're not. So you can cast this without components.
Yes.
So in which case, I don't see any reason why he would know that you cast the spell. Doesn't say they automatically know that they failed.
Yeah, that's a good part about the suggestion spell.
Yeah.
It says that like they know you cast it, and they're very clear on that on other spells. Like, and I say this to him, and there's this noticeable pause, and he clearly looks at me like I'm insane. It's like, oh well, that did not take hold.
He looks at you
And
like,
then,
but what? You want me to do what?
See, Samson, I don't have a knife, so I have to try to. Again, it's a
You do
conversation
have a
point.
knife. You got rid of it, right?
Yeah, it's been gotten rid of, and then I try it again.
He looks over to Lester and his cellmate. Looks back at you. What are you trying to pull?
I'm not trying to pull. Look, I'm not trying to pull anything. It's just, again, it's a talking point. I don't have a knife, so we need a talking point. And if I was trying to pull something, if I was trying to pull anything, and he had like gestures around him, gestures at Samson, obviously I can't do anything.
So I know you keep reminding me, but all right, let's just go to dinner. Are you hungry?
I'm quite hungry, Samson, and I still feel that you should open the cell, hand me the keys, strip naked, with your weapons, put them on a pile on the bed, and stare at the wall for a bit, a couple hours maybe.
He turns very. As he listens to you, this time he turns beet red. He seems to start to. His mind is going through possibilities of what you could be intending for him now. Are you casting a spell again?
I am trying to I'm using my last slot to attempt to cast suggestion on Samson again. Subtly.
Alright, well, let's see what happens. The dice is the dice. He's gotta roll.
The dice are the dice, and you know what? I will die by the dice.
Yeah. To succeed. Oh, that's not good. Okay.
Does he live or die by the dice?
And it was a 4 this time for a total of 5. He turns beet red. It's like, we can't do this. We can't. There's too many people watching. He says, and he starts to take off his. As he's denying you, he's taking off his gear slowly, starting to strip. It's like, this is a bad idea. We should not be doing this. We cannot do this. He's going through the motions and doing it.
It's completely fine. No one will say anything. It's just Samson here. Now, it's just me and you.
No one needs to know. He turns over.
No one needs to know.
Look at the wall! He shouts at Lester, and as he goes through the motions, and he starts to strip. Don't you look? As he lets you out of the bar. He looks at the wall and he's like,
Edward's gonna look at Lester.
especially not
Edward,
my wife.
I'm learning more and more about Samson the longer I interact with him. Lester, if you would please give Samson this moment.
Lester is. He was looking with horror and he looks at the wall, turning slowly.
Give him that at least. So I imagine Samson he's stripped himself to his whites, his uniform neatly tucked, his armaments there as well.
Yes.
And his keys. So while he's staring at the wall,
Edward is going to pull off his prison attire, toss it aside, get up in the start putting on the prisoner's the guard's uniform.
You didn't need his clothes, you know.
Well, no, but I guess I didn't. Well, you know what? Edward does not completely understand his ability, so maybe I need his clothes. Who knows? So he takes off the prisoner attire, puts on the guard uniform, gets up, and then as disguise self does not require concentration. That suggestion still holds as he adopts the appearance of Samson.
Yes.
And locks the cell with the accoutrements there. Walks up to the other prisoner cells, unlocks them. All right, Lester, you can look now. It's fine. Now you're going to see Samson. You're obviously not going to hear Samson, but you're going to see him, and it's me. I'm not sure how long he's going to stare at the wall there. And it's not like you can wander down the tower unsupervised.
No.
I need to see my father before I leave this tower. So I think it best that you stay here, and when I come back, I don't want you to be wrapped up in what I'm doing. But if I am able to come back, I will collect you and everyone else here, and we will go down to the cafeteria where we're going to make our escape.
Okay. I'll just sit right here and you sit down.
Yes. Yeah. Do that. If anything happens, anything bad happens, it need not fall on you. Need not fall on anyone in this tower. It's going to fall on me. After all, my cell is the only one that has a semi-naked god standing at the wall. You don't need to dig into that statement. I understand it's very confusing. I'm still grappling with it, but I need to focus on the now, and the now is several floors up. And once that's resolved, I will be back. I promise you. I will be back no matter what. So until then, dinner may be slightly delayed, but there'll be food left yet. I promise you. And then Edward is going to turn with all the accoutrement of the Samson. He's going to go up the tower.
And you, on your own volition, exit that floor. You walk out of the room, through the hall, to the spiral stairway. And you walk. There's a sound of keys jingling, and prisoners being let out of their cells now, and they are all being escorted through. You continue, instead of turning downstairs, you turn upstairs. Past the line of the guards escorting prisoners down.
Yep.
You see a few of them give you a look, and like, hey. And they nod at you, like, hey, where are you going?
And Samson is going to look at them, nod, and go point upwards, and kind of point at his wristwatch and just kind of continue forward. It's like clearly he's in a hurry.
You reach the highest floor. And you get to a door. You hear the churning sound of another no gas machine beyond it.
Someone who doesn't care about this, they don't know. All right, another door. Knock, knock.
There's a pause, a shuffling. You hear the sound of keys, and it gets cracked open. Another guard peers at you. State your business.
Word from the warden. Here to check on the special prisoner.
His eyes narrow. What do you mean, check on him?
Just to see that he's still there, see everything's fine. I don't know, it's just warden's orders.
He looks you up and down. Wait here. He closes the door and locks it. There's
If only Colgath was here, he could think for me.
You hear the door lock again, opens it. Shakes his head. Listen. I don't know what the warden told you, but this is not a good time.
Why not? Is something the warden needs to know about?
Listen, no. This is, you know the deal, right?
I've been given some impression, yeah?
Can't leave you on this floor until you've been cleared.
Well, I mean, warden sent me, I think I've been cleared. If it's about the prisoner's influence on me, it's not gonna happen. Warden says I'm good to go.
Shakes his head. I think I need more than that, pal, to let you in. It'll be hell to pay.
I imagine that. Well, look, things, he looks around. He makes a point of, like, looking around. The spider's showing up again.
His eyebrows raise.
And there's reason to believe that he's been in contact with this prisoner.
He can't come here, can he?
We both know that the prisoner can do things. Do things despite kind of gestures around the gates. Who's to say what that freak can do?
Oh. Did he give you a note or anything?
Just verbally, he didn't give me a handwritten note. Look, it's quiet. It's hush-hush. It's very quick. I just need to check things, make sure everything's right, make sure that thing is not here, not talking to him, doesn't have an avenue to get here.
He grimaces at that. Make a deception check.
I will do so, and I will spend a point of lucky to give it advantage.
God, if only Gulaf was here, he's smarter than me. He can talk good. I'm Samson, I can't even use my good looks in this.
Nope. He's strictly average.
Yeah, strictly average.
All right, spent that. So deception. Bingo, bango.
10 and a 13. Total of 18. Okay. This guard is going to glance over his shoulder. As he does so, you notice he's carrying.
Oh God, yeah, that makes sense. If any guards are going to be carrying in the prison, it's on this level with this prisoner. Makes complete sense.
He kind of goes like, I can give you maybe 30 seconds. Get in, clear the room, get out. Don't let her. Don't try to not draw her attention.
I won't do it yet. In and out. I just don't want to be in here longer than I need to.
Okay. He kind of ushers you in really quick, closes the door and locks it, and you find yourself on an open floor, an open room, more open than any other floor on the tower that you've been in. You look across, you see a walled cell. Through the bars, which are closed right now, you see a hospital bed. You see a nurse. And you see a somewhat familiar figure. You've interacted with her briefly before when you first came to the facility. An elven woman, Dr. Lai Zitaru. And there is a table, there's a trolley full of medical equipment, and there are chairs and stools, and they are sitting around this bed. On the tray, you see some towels. There's some blood on them. You see an IV bag held up and tubing connected. As you peer around, you see lying on the bed a both familiar but also unfamiliar face. Nowhere near as well sharp and put together as the one that you remember. Almost like some of this person's life force has been sucked from them. More gaunt and more disheveled. Lying in the bed is a shadow of the icon, the iconoclast. Barely alive. It's your father.
Am I giving an impression of what is sapping his strength, what is draining him so dearly?
You can make a medicine check.
It is untrained.
Yes.
But I will attempt I'm not going to spend any things. I'm not medically inclined, so I'll just kind of do some guesswork here, and I just rolled well anyway.
Okay. I mean, being untrained, your information will be limited.
Yeah, it's very fine.
It looks like someone who hasn't been eating much. Who probably isn't very well hydrated. And that's the most you can kind of say. It's someone who looks like they have not, like the vigor's been sucked out of them.
He's been starved. He's been robbed of sustenance. That's unfortunate. That's not an easy, immediate fix.
No, you can tell that even if you were to free him right now, he's very weakened.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Okay, well, he's there. He's not in his cell, but, clearly, he's out enough where he's not a active detriment to everyone, despite his abilities not being affected by the null gas, but, Edward is going to make a show of, checking around. He seems to be, looking around the corners, looking at the walls, and he's going, as he's going through this, and, he's trying to make it where it's not obvious he is going specifically towards the prisoner to get a closer look at him. It's like he's doing a quick once-over of the area. It's like, all right. And then as he draws closer, he's looking at the door. He's going to open his mind and try to get inside Flick.
Okay. You shut up, Tyler. They're related. You can't make that joke. You connect with the mind. Prisoner 277466. He does not move, he does not look at you. But you hear in your head, you've made it. Good.
Not sure what else I can do here. You, well guarded.
There's a twitch as he kind of squirms in his bed, as nurse seems to be checking his vital signs. Dr. Zitaru is looking at him anxiously and scribbling some notes. You're in your head. Unfortunate. I cannot keep a mental link for too long. I must rely on yours. My abilities have been drained.
One of your followers approached me, and I followed the trail. She left. I was assaulted by visions, which led me to my imprisonment, which led me here. Was it all orchestrated? Is this what you wanted?
Me? Gods no.
Is it what they wanted?
It's all them. They brought you here. Well, I don't know if it's to mock me or to break me. Tell me, do you have the book?
I do have the book. The signs, the sigil, the inscription came to me. I remembered it as you made me remember it. Well, perhaps it was all them. I'm not sure.
A pause follows. Yeah, go ahead.
No, but I have it. I have the book.
Then they have moved on from me and on to you. I see. Did you get the vision?
I've had several visions. 3 figures. Green.
No. Not the one they sent, the one I sent.
Yes. You showed me the inscription to summon the book.
Edward. I did not choose you to have the book. That was them. I sent you a vision of the future.
My mother, my sister.
What
Or was it
about
something
them?
else? I saw something. I thought it was you. I thought it was always you. I saw them imprisoned. Birdcage. She was prepping my sister for something. I'm not sure what I saw, what I felt, but that's why I'm here. I followed. I thought you were guiding me, I thought this was all some twisted prophecy, some twisted machination you had in store.
He starts twitching in the bed. You hear the nurse say, "Oh, it's his heart rate. It's rocketing." She goes, Dr. Zitara goes, "What? Why? What's going on?" See, and she reaches out and touches him. I did not know what would happen after I rejected them. I did not think they would go after my children.
Rejected them. This is what you put on a pedestal. This is what you started. This whole faith, the true magic. This is what true magic is, isn't it? The thing that ignores the null gas, the thing that I have become quite intimately familiar with in the last couple of months since I've been trapped here.
Edward, get a hold of yourself. Listen. In other circumstances, I would tell you to throw the book out a window into the sea. But things have changed. If you don't use that book, you will probably die. You have to use it to escape as soon as you can.
Escape what?
He kind of jerks. The Starborn, they were useful to me, but then they started showing me visions of a terrible future. And there's a pause. I can show you, maybe. I don't know what it will take. You get a brief glimpse from his head. Visions of horrible monsters attacking crowds of people on the streets of New Amphros. You see a vision of the sky going dark, and then it recedes. And they told me that they were the only way to salvation. I was just a pawn. I thought I was in control. As soon as I rejected them, they used you to torture me.
You're abandoned, left here to languish, to rot. And I'm the new target. I'm the new figure to torment.
I thought it was enough for me to master the powers that they offered, and the true magic. You were never much of a talent for it. I was a fool to think that made you safe. They don't need someone who can use true magic. They need a conduit.
I was available. I was convenient.
Yes. It's crystal clear now. Maybe they wanted you to come into existence for that purpose.
It was convenient for Mother. Why should it not be convenient for some otherworldly figure?
Edward,
Oh,
we only have
yes.
hours, I think.
It is. Time is slipping. Yes. Something is coming, something I cannot change, something I cannot influence. I thought.
Not as weak as I look. If you could break me out of here.
How? You are surrounded by gods. You are sapped of much of your vitality. There's little I can do. As you said, I am not gifted in the true magic. What little I was capable of doing has brought me here under great suspicion.
Well, it's more than I expected. I'll give you
Oh.
that.
Oh, well, I'm glad I've gone over and above your expectations, Father.
You're not the only one I contacted.
Who
I
else did you reach out to?
searched for the 6 most powerful beings in this facility. That was the most I could reach.
And I'm the only one who answered.
The only one who's sought me, yes.
Yes. Well, yeah. I guess I'll take solace that I was among the 6, perhaps the bottom, the 6th.
They will offer you much more power than you can imagine.
Perhaps. But right now you are surrounded by gods, everyone armed, as if waiting for you to break free and wreak havoc. What do I need to do to make you capable of assisting me on this floor and the floors below?
The eyes slowly open. They look to Dr. Zitaru. When the time comes, we must make our escape.
That window is sharply closing, Father. You understand? In moments, mere moments, a riot will occur in the cafeteria. I came here first and foremost to start whatever needs to be started here so it can be dragged into the cafeteria, the courtyard, and the prison proper. I came here with the full intent of meeting with you and getting you out. Time is not on our side. I've seen a vision. I imagine you've seen a similar vision.
Yes, I mind linked with you. And as you are having this conversation, Dr. Zitaru, who's been completely engrossed in her patient, suddenly looks around, says, "Yes, I have not seen you here before. What are you doing?"
Sorry, just warden's orders to check, make sure nothing's out of the ordinary. There is a spider on the loose.
Her eyes narrow. "I do not care. Get out of here. You see my patient is sick."
Yeah, sick. Yes. Well, I imagine so. All right. Yeah, look, I got my look. I'll get going. And Edward is going to take stock of how many guards are here.
Just 2.
Just 2? Which are armed, by the way. Ooh, boy. Shit. Fuck. Shit, fuck. God damn it. God damn it.
Go for it, boss man.
At one of the guards, like, Edward is going to, he's gonna try to conjure an eldritch blast. Trying to get a feel for it, and he's going to extend out and try to blast one of the guards closer to Charles Flick. Oh, fuck. You don't have vision on this scene. Oh, okay. We got a battle map. Oh, man. You know what I really
Don't
like
worry,
being...
you're gonna be there in a second.
You know what I really like seeing when I'm alone? A battle map.
Alright.
It's king shit right there.
So you see this guard here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I do see him, yep. See him out of the corner there. Sure do.
These two cage-looking things are the little gas machines, just FYI. You're going to be rolling for initiative, but not right now. As everybody else is going to dinner. Well, as everybody else is going to dinner, we're going to zoom out from this scene at Edward's Inn.
Please do. Yes, please do.
Back to the facility itself. Now, as the sun is reaching the waters over the Morgato Sea, the longest night of the year is poised to begin, heralding a new season of cold and dark. And above, in their watchtowers, atop the parapets of the walls, armed guards watch the last rays of the sun diminish, clutching their rifles on their slings, and long, creeping shadows reach across the facility of Morgato. It stretches from the north tower, falling from the walls, and then the recreations yard where that tall, dark stone juts from the tilled soil. And then, just as the stone is subsumed by it, there comes a resounding crack. Like the world is splitting open. The guards all turn towards it, some lifting their firearms in response. The stone in the yard splits down the middle. Another crack follows. Then another, and one by one, pieces of the stone crumble away. As they hit the ground, they dissolve into shadows. And as it falls open, it reveals a large, crouched form, a humanoid shape large enough to have belonged to the giants of the mythic era. And this form raises a fleshless face, then stands. Its ribs open up like a gaping maw, and from out of it pours corpses of smaller humanoids tumbling out into the soil, ancient and shriveled. And for a moment, they all tumble out and lie there inert. Until then, one by one, they jerk and thrash around, and then they stand. And they start lurching forward as the guards start opening fire on them. And that's when we end tonight's session.
Well, we just gonna do that. Everybody's fucked, I guess. Oh, sorry. Can we say that on TV?
Yeah.
I'll correct myself.
It's internet
Everybody's
radio.
fucked.
We're safe.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Everybody's flicked.
And that concludes this session of Arkenmore. Tune in next week as we near the end of the Morgato arc. Thank you all for listening.